We're going to be talking about a lot of different product line and being real specific about the types of things that it's going to help us control. And so we're going to jump right into it. There's so many products still being used right now. I'm going to start down here with the weed killers and some of these types of products. Weed Out with Q, now more commonly referred to in Speed Zone. That is capable of killing grass weeds, broadleaf weeds, you name it, goat heads. This is a great product, and I again would be looking for something that says Speed Zone on it. Now this is brush and stump killer, and what you do there is you cut off the stump as it shows on the picture. You drill 3/8 inch holes in it all the way around the stump of that. Then after you do that, I don't mix it with any water at all. I just pour it straight into that trunk and that stump, and do not put it on what you don't want dead, because it goes down into the root system and kills that way. So in other words, on a plant like that over there, that's my good desert willow. I just turned it into a plant holder. If I put it in there, there's risk of hurting that other tree. So we don't want to do that. The liquid fungicide that we talked about in one of the episodes earlier was something that's still really needed. This is propiconazole. I had that bad fungus spot out there, so I used this and gypsum, and we're going to get into that here in just a minute. But the two products made it turn out beautiful now. This is grass killer. So what this is a post-emergence that is only used, I only like to use it in bed areas because it will kill Bermuda grass. I don't like it on fescue in the middle of the summer because it's too hot. But what you can safely use it on is a huge amount of plant life that's on this list, that if you look at the list, you can use it over all kinds of vegetables. And if you do get it on the vegetable or the ground cover or what have you that's listed, it doesn't do anything. It kills your water grass or your Bermuda or whatever you've got growing in there. So that's a really neat product. Now get ready for sticker shock on that. If that little bottle there is about 40 bucks. So it's up there. But you only use, that whole thing right there will make over 8 gallons, and you don't use it but just a puff. Here's one of our favorites. Blooming and rooting. We've been using this all summer on the stuff, and I mean, we've been suffering from some serious heat. And I cannot believe how beautiful my wife has got these plants out here. They are blooming and doing quite well. I think we'll have flowers on this stuff probably until, I'm going to say, October. They're really happy with it, and they do respond to that mix because of the wonderful ratios in there, but it makes them bloom. Now another bloom producer. We use this on all of our rose bushes that have been blooming all crazy all this summer. And these are my miniature roses up here. And that's been only put on there each time, one time. And I mean, they have just been phenomenal. And I'm really impressed with how they've done through the heat. But these are shaded by my ginormous pinion, and I think that's really what saves these guys over here. Then we go into the blood mill, which is another flower producer. Very, very fantastic product. These are all for you folks that are looking for something organic. This is organic, okay? This has no chemicals in it whatsoever. The only reason it's got 12% nitrogen, and this one's got 10% phosphorus, that's all from the original organic materials in the phosphorus or the blood meal, or the bone meal or the blood meal. So this is really gentle stuff. It doesn't burn. You don't have any risk of that. Even as hot as we've been, it's a very safe, gentle way to do things. I like it because, too, the snails and slugs hate bone meal. And they're the ones that really do go in and tear up that flower population. Now we're going to move over here into some insecticide. Now, Tempered, I believe you can buy this offline. I've been told after I spray for them, my customers find out what I'm using and they get it offline. So I'm pretty sure you can. I use this in people's homes. Ants. It does do drywood termites. Gosh, right now we're having terrible cockroach problem. It's fantastic on that. I'm trying to think what else, Mike. It's probably the broadest spectrum indoor and around your baseline outdoor pesticide that there is. It's very mammal friendly.
Mm-hmm.
So pets, kids, you, me, grandma, whoever, I use this at all times, all situations. If somebody's got a bronchial issue, they should let you know, and they shouldn't be in the house while you're doing it. Now we move to my favorite outdoor spray, and this is all surfaces, 38% permethrin. Now I was checking my thoughts on this label again today, and this stuff still is a strength of 4 ounces in 100 gallons of water. If you were going after a termite or something like that, you'd probably go about 8 to 12 ounces per 100 gallons of water. It's pretty unique. Safe on all these foliages out here. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's moths or red spider. I know we're going to have tent worms this year because we've been so dry. So the tent worms are the ones with the caterpillars that get in your mulberries and your cottonwoods. That's primarily, oh yes, and pecan trees too. Forgot that almost. Before I do that, I'm going to go this way. Spreader sticker. We like this. This is what we do to break down the alkalinity in our water. So any chemical I use here that I'm talking to you about, I put that in. It's about a tablespoon per gallon of water. And it makes it break down the alkalinity, makes it stick and last longer. So it makes your chemical, they say on this stuff, it makes it work about 50% better. So that's a big difference to me. The one that I like that's a Quickie is this one. We used it last night. We had some kind of flying gnat coming in because I had my porch lighting on. And of course, that draws them in. But this stuff cleared them out like that.
Nice.
Because once you use it, and again, you're not making contact surface, you're spraying the air. That's the big difference with this. Very affordable. I like this brand better than the others, and again, we're not getting paid anything to do any of this for any of these people. These are just the products I use. Now this one is the big termite, wonderful termite material. Borers. Actually, it works on everything. Ants. It's systemic. It's a imidacloprid. Now, imidacloprid is a wonderful chemical because of its systemic values going into the plant tissue. This means that it's going to go all the way from the top to the root system. A lot of folks like to do soil injection. This would be in soil injection. I prefer foliage because that means as soon as it's dry, it's in the tree, systemically absorbed. So that's through the foliage, the absolute fastest. If you did a cartridge or if you did an injection, we're talking about probably 4 to 6 weeks for it to move up halfway through the tree. So it's a huge difference on speed. Now the one last thing for the indoor spray people, if you didn't want to go with something like this, tempered is fairly pricey. It's cypermethrin. Cypermethrin is very safe. It's one of the products in tempered. It's not as strong as this, but it does do a fantastic job.
Right.
Again, on all insects, nothing on the termite side of it if you're trying to do spot treatment on that. So wherever you find this stuff, get the 4-ounce bottle because it takes 1 ounce of this per gallon of water. So that's pretty key as far as a homeowner use type stuff.